Hello everyone, Paulino here, and I'm glad to see you again. Today I want to share with you a quick tip that I've learned with my good friend Rod on how to use Substance Designer to successfully transfer texture maps from a scan data to a clean mesh with multiple UDIMS. In production, transferring maps from scans is part of our routine. Especially nowadays, with the amount of scan data we have available, it's great to take advantage of all that detail to make our textures look even more realistic. Unfortunately, this method would not work if you want to transfer multiple UDIMS from one model to another. In that case, you're probably going to have to use Mari, ZBrush, Mudbox, but since the scans usually have one UV tile, I think this is going to be perfect for what we want today. I hope Substance can update this option in the future. This will be an amazing tool for transferring textures. For this video, I'm going to use a head scan that I bought at a website called 3D Scan Store. This is a great place for scanned human models and textures. This isn't a paid promotion, but hey guys, if you want to sponsor my channel, call me. Why did I do this? And again, before I begin, please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing this video with your friends. Your support is truly appreciated. Before we jump into Substance, let's open Maya now and take a look at our meshes. The first model on the left is my raw scan data. The topology is terrible and it wouldn't be useful in production. If we look at the UVs, you can see that it has one tile which matches the scan textures. The second model is a clean version with a better topology that came with the scan package I bought. This model is still not ideal for production because the eyes and the hair are still stuck with the whole mesh. But that's fine, it's going to be enough for our example. It also has one UV tile, matching the scan textures that we saw in the first model. And the third model you see here is the same one as the second, but what I did to make this tutorial more interesting was I cut the UVs into 4 different tiles. The unwrapping doesn't look great, I know, but you get the idea. Now when I turn on the texture preview, you can see that the textures do not match my third version anymore. That's exactly what I wanted. Since I'm going to transfer my textures using the third mesh, I'm going to delete the second version because we won't need that anymore. I'm also going to make sure to have both meshes into the exact same location, otherwise it's going to mess up our transfer. I will rename the scan data now and call it source, and the clean model I'll call it target. Now that we have everything ready, I'm going to export these both meshes and open Substance. Okay, so now it's the fun part. Let's open Substance Designer here. I'm going to right click, create a new package, right click again, link 3D mesh. And then here I'm in my folder already and I'm going to import my target. And it's asking if I want to use it as a UDIMS mesh. Yes, I do. What you want to do now is right click again and then click on Bake Model Information. This might seem a bit scary at first, and it is. But don't worry, it's going to be pretty straightforward. So this is where we're going to see our tiles. Right now we can only see one because we have the UV tiles here set to 1001. So we want to set it to all so we can see all the 4 tiles we have. The second thing is we're going to add the high definition model. So I'm going to click from files and I'm going to add my source. This is our scan. Awesome. You can change the size of your output textures. I'm going to leave mine to 2K, it's fine for now. Default, I'm going to change it to TIFF. I don't usually change any of this, but you can play with it if you want. We can also change the output folder. Maybe no, I mean, this is really important. We have to change the output folder. I'm going to put it in the same place. I'm going to call it transferred textures. I guess it's a good name. And then here you can change the name if you want. I'll leave this for now, it's fine. And then let's add the baker. So they have a bunch of different bakers here. I'm going to make a video in the future explaining some of these ones because there's a lot of cool stuff here. But the one that we want to look today is transfer texture from mesh. That's the one. So here, what we want to do is to import the texture file. This texture file was exported because I have it in Maya. When I exported the OBJs, it was exported with it. So if you click here and go to File, you have to change the format to the file format that you have. In my case, I think it was set to BNP. So I'm just going to search for BNP format. Yes, BNP. Cool. So now you can see, I can see that texture that I had in Maya. Yeah, just make sure to change the file format here, otherwise you can't find it. Or you can set it to all files. So now I'm going to open that file. Like I said before, unfortunately, we cannot import UDIMS, which is sad, but hopefully they change that in the future. That's all we need. That's it. So one really cool thing about this baking method is that we can see the results in real time. And when it's done here, it's already going to be in your folder. I'm just going to click start render and see how it goes. It's happening. Look at that. Boom, 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 and done. Did you see how quick that was? Okay, so now I have Mario open here, and I brought in the same mesh that we used. Let's look at the UVs. We have our 4 different UV tiles, and I'm really excited to see if this worked. Import, new layer. I have my head scan target, transfer texture from mesh, and I'm going to import all patches, and fingers crossed. Dun, 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 dun. Boom, look at that. It worked. Damn, that's awesome. So now we have a clean new mesh with our textures transferred. And of course, I mean, again, the eyes and the hair, you probably wouldn't have it in your textures to begin with. So that's, yeah, just ignore that. But all the color information here can be pretty useful for us to work with. Another thing you might be asking, what about the texture resolution? Would that be a problem? Yes, of course. But in my experience, when I work with scans, transferring them is just a starting point. From here, I'm going to add a lot of details. I'm going to clean up a lot of things to make it more realistic. If you're interested in learning more about the human workflow in visual effects, I'm going to link in the description a great talk done by Sherry. She's a lead texture painter at Image Engine. She did a talk in 2018 where she explained her process when she created the digital walls for the film Logan. I think that talk is a great example of how we work in production, and I think that can help you a lot. So that's it for today, guys. The video was pretty short, but I hope this technique can help you with your projects. If you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. I'd love to hear more from you, okay? And I see you next week. Look at that. Look how scary he looks. What? What?